What's going on? This is Cody, and you're watching B-Boy 45, broadcasting from the Seacrest Studios. And I have a very special treat for you. Of course, we've got a special edition of the latest news to keep you in the groove with Maya. Maya, who is on the phone?
Mason Cook.
Mason Cook, are you there?
Yes, I am. What's up?
Oh, man, we are so excited to talk to you. Maya, take it away, girl.
Okay, so first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for calling in, and I also wanted to say thank you for your show Speechless, because as like someone who like has a disability myself, it's amazing for me to see someone with a disability on screen and a family that goes through some of the stuff that my family goes through. And it's also nice to see a family that's just as crazy as mine is, if not crazier. So
I don't know. Is that possible to be crazier than the DeMeos? They're a pretty nutty family.
yeah.
Well, we are so appreciative that you guys put that show out there, because a lot of people definitely enjoy it, and Maya is one of them for sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be talking to you guys.
So you're 17 and you've already accomplished so much. What do you consider to be your greatest accomplishment so far?
The thing that I consider to be my greatest accomplishment so far, and I've been acting for about 10 years now. So I know my way around this business pretty well. I know a lot of faces here in LA. I feel like the biggest accomplishment was probably being nominated for a Daytime Emmy. To say that I was nominated for an Emmy at the age of 15, I think it was, is nuts. Like, I never would have thought that I would be nominated for an Emmy when I started acting when I was 8. So I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment. Hopefully I will soon have an Emmy in my room with me instead of just an Emmy nomination certificate. Because unfortunately, I lost to, oh my gosh, what is it called? Sesame Street.
Oh.
I was nominated for The Haunting Hour.
Well, Sesame Street's had a lot more practice than you. I'm just going to say that. They've been around a lot longer than you.
That is very true, yeah.
So who or what inspired you to become an actor?
Well, I moved out here from Oklahoma when I was 8 years old. It was kind of just like we wanted a change of scenery, so we decided to come out here. And I never really thought of being an actor. I always loved watching movies and TV shows and then reenacting them with my brother, like in our room or whatever, like the Transformers movies or the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And when I moved out here, I was like, wait, this is basically the entertainment capital of the world. This is where everybody comes to try acting, so why don't I give it a shot? I tried it, and I fell in love with it, and I got my first job on Grey's Anatomy, which was, like, insane. I didn't really realize how big of a deal it was at the time until, like, a few years ago when I started watching the show, and now I'm, like, a mega fan of Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, that was, like, so crazy to be on that show. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like it was I just kind of stumbled upon it. I didn't really ever think of being an actor before I moved out here. And then, like, it really just goes to show that you don't know if you're going to be good at something until you try it. So you should give it your best shot and see what happens.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've had guest starring roles on multiple shows, including a couple of comedies that I love, like The Middle and The Goldbergs. And I was wondering, do you have like a funny story from one of the sets?
I do, actually. I have a very funny story from filming The Goldbergs. We were filming a scene when we were playing dodgeball in one episode. And first of all, the outfits that we had to wear were insane. I had to wear straight-up booty shorts, tall socks. I felt so out of place. It was shocking. And to think that my dad had to go through that, I was like, I'm so sorry you had to experience that when you were younger.
I don't think it bothered him at all. That's the thing. I don't think it bothered anyone in the 80s.
I know, but now it does. I don't like exposing that much thigh, you know? And not like a little thigh is acceptable, but full thigh is just, it's so much. Anyways, while we were filming, there was a scene when Sean and I, who plays Adam on the show, just get annihilated with dodgeballs. And there was one point when it was just him and I, like they had kind of gotten everybody else out. It was just him and I, and they just started pummeling us with these dodgeballs. It was crazy. I had red marks all over my body from the dodgeballs. It was crazy. It was so much fun, though.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So is there an actor or actress that you are hoping to work with one day?
That's such a hard question because there are so many talented actors and actresses in this business. It's so hard to name one specific one because they each all have their unique talents that they're all the best at, or like the best character that they can play. So far, I've gotten to work with Johnny Depp and Steve Carell, which are two of my acting idols. I love Steve Carell because of his comedic timing and the crazy stuff he does in his movies, and I love Johnny Depp because he is Captain Jack Sparrow from all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, which I watched when I was younger, and I reenacted with my brother in our room. So then to get to work with him on Lone Ranger, which was crazy, it was so much fun, it was a dream come true. I felt like I was dreaming the whole time.
Yeah, cool. Those are two definite big-time names right there. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So in Speechless, you play Ray DeMeo. Is there anything that you think you've learned from playing Ray?
Ray is such a complex character. He has so many layers to him, and we have slowly kind of peeled back those layers throughout the 2 seasons that we filmed, hoping for a third, fingers crossed. I don't know, he's such a unique character. I don't think I've ever played a character like him before. There's so many things I've learned from playing Ray because you do things that you wouldn't normally do or that you probably haven't done in another project. Like, there's some very, difficult things like going from an emotional scene to pulling a joke off and then going back into an emotional scene. Stuff like that can be so hard, but, we have an amazing writers team up in our production building who kill it every single week, pumping out those new episodes. So they are the real heroes here. I am just the one who reads the words off the paper, but yeah, they do an incredible job, and I feel like that's definitely something I've learned is the transition from dramatic to funny, back to dramatic, and then back to funny, and somehow pulling off jokes. And I don't know, it's difficult, but it's fun to face a challenge every once in a while.
Cool. Yeah. So Ray is, he's so funny and so uptight about everything. Do you have anything in common with him?
Ray is uptight. He is a hot mess of a child. And that is one of the reasons why I love him, because I've never played a character like that before. So it's kind of like a new experience for me. I don't know. Ray and I are not similar at all, which is crazy because he's such a nerd, and I wouldn't consider myself a nerd. I don't know what other people would consider me, but personally, I don't consider myself a nerd. He's definitely a nerd. He loves astronomy. He has trouble with girls. He's trying to fit in school, trying to find trying to find out who he is as a person. I don't know. He mostly reminds me of my older brother. My older brother is kind of the same way. He's kind of a geek, but he's a fun, lovable geek.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So this is kind of a weird question, but I know you got your start in a commercial for Dunkin' Donuts. So what's your favorite kind of donut?
Okay, I've definitely had weirder questions. That is one of the more normal questions. And speaking of donuts, I actually had a donut for breakfast this morning that my dad got me for Valentine's Day, which was amazing. My favorite kind of donut, though, I don't know. It's a tie. It's a very close tie between a regular glazed and a chocolate donut. Those chocolate donuts are so good.
Like the cake kind?
Ever.
Like the chocolate cake kind?
Yes, like the in LA there are ones that aren't fried. They're like baked, and it tastes like you're eating cake. It's so good.
Yeah, that does sound delicious.
Or like a chocolate frosting.
With chocolate frosting, yeah. That's the way to go.
Yeah. So you're an artist, and I know that you've said that you like graffiti style art. Where do you get inspiration for your art?
Mostly YouTube. I just kind of started. One night, late at night, I saw on my recommended on YouTube. It was like graffiti art. I was like, all right, I'll check this out. I checked it out, and I thought it was really cool. So I was like, I'll give this a shot tomorrow, and I ended up trying it. And it's fairly simple form of art because it's not. You kind of get to create something based off of what you want it to look like, and you just kind of put the pen or the marker or the pencil on the paper, and you just kind of let your hand do the work and kind of just go along with it, and something cool always comes out.
Cool. Yeah, I took an art class in I don't know, I think it was in 7th grade or something. I'm not an artist, so.
Well, I'm self-taught too, so I guess we're even.
Yeah. So you're involved with the foundation Shane's Inspiration, which is an organization that makes playgrounds accessible for everyone. What does that organization mean to you, and how did you get involved with it?
Personally, I think it is a wonderful organization. They do great work. They're doing great work all over the world. They are making inclusivity more important and more of they're putting a face to the problem, and they're solving the problem at the same time, which is amazing. Basically, what they do is they are all about inclusivity of disabled children along with typically able children. And so what they do is they build playgrounds all across the world. They have 60 or 70 playgrounds all across the world. Some in Europe, a lot of them are in the U.S., a few of them are in LA here. And they are built so that they are accessible for children in wheelchairs and walkers, so they don't use wood chips or sand. It's all concrete and that kind of rubbery stuff. I don't know what you call it. It's it feels like foam almost. I haven't been to a playground in a while, but they are building these playgrounds so that kids of typically able kids and disabled kids can play together, and everybody can feel included, and nobody is left out, and nobody is excluded. It's a great organization. They do amazing work. definitely check it out. You can volunteer online, or you can sign up to volunteer at some of their events if you live in LA. Yeah, check it out. It's a great organization.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, do you have a quotation or a motto that you live by?
I do. Everything happens for a reason. And that is, I've followed that motto throughout my career in acting, because you might want a project so badly, you might think it's so cool, and then you don't get it, you're upset, but then something else is waiting for you around the corner that's even better than what you really wanted. And so if something doesn't go your way, that means something better is waiting for you around the corner. And that's so true in this business, because you're not going to get everything you go out for, you audition for. It's really a waiting game, and you got to have some really good patience and determination and not give up and not feel like you can't do it because you aren't booking anything. You just got to wait till the right time and wait for the right project.
It's very good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there someone that you consider to be a real life superhero, and why?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. Spider-Man has always been one of my favorite superheroes, and Tom Holland pulled off Spider-Man in the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie like a beast. He is 1,000 times more athletic than me. He can do so much more. And I freaking shout out to him, props to him for doing that, because that was some hard work. I can't imagine doing that. So, yeah, I feel like Tom Holland just seems like he would be a real-life superhero. I feel like he has, a secret identity.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I just wanted to say that I know that you like to skateboard and snowboard, and if you ever come to Colorado to snowboard, I just wanted to invite you to come to the studio. I and everyone at the hospital would love to meet you in person.
That sounds amazing. I love snowboarding. I've only been to Mammoth. We were thinking about going on a ski trip over winter break, and we were like, do we want to go to Mammoth, or do we want to go to Aspen or something?
Yeah, that's not a real mountain, just so you know. We've got the real mountains here.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting the insider scoop. So definitely, if I ever am in Colorado, I will hit you guys up on Twitter, or you guys will hit me up. Either one, it's fine. And I will love to come by and say hi to everybody and meet everybody. I feel like it'd be a great experience.
That would definitely be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for so much for calling in. I've been excited since I found out I was gonna be able to interview you.
That makes me so happy. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. I had a wonderful time.
Mason, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. All the kids here at Children's Hospital Colorado are so glad to have gotten to hear from you, and we'll keep checking out your shows and all the work you do. We appreciate it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Just want to give a little shout out to everybody who are patients there. You guys are the real heroes. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Everything's going to be okay.
That's good advice right there from Mason Cook, right here on Seacrest Studios, B-Boy 45. We'll talk to you later, Mason.
All righty. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.